Putting children at risk. A recent audit found the Department of Children and Family Services is not keeping track of the LGBTQ youth in their care. This leaving hundreds of children vulnerable to bullying, discrimination, even assault. News Channel 20's Jordan Elder has been working for you since this audit was released, investigating why the department still hasn't rolled out a way to track these vulnerable children. Jordan?
That's right. LGBTQ youth are overrepresented in our foster system. Some estimates show they make up a fifth of all youth in care. And advocates say it's impossible to protect these youth because the department still can't exactly pinpoint who or where they are. More likely to report assault, more likely to change schools, more likely to face mental health issues. Those are the risks LGBTQ youth in state care face every day. But in a system that's meant to protect them, they aren't even being identified. What message does that send to you about inclusion and safety for youth?
Well, in a way, I would love to say that that shouldn't even be a question that we're asking, because why should it matter? Why should we have to have a special tracking system for LGBTQ youth because they're going to be targeted?
16-year-old Sophia grew up in foster care, saying she's witnessed poor treatment of LGBTQ youth. We blurred her face to protect her privacy.
It's just another thing that is used to discriminate against them and makes them more vulnerable.
The issue all too familiar for James McIntyre, a former foster youth now working as a foster advocate. He says he's not surprised the department still isn't asking the question.
Gender identity and sexual orientation are seen as taboo topics within the caseworking community, where you might have some that are really upfront and say, you can come to me with anything, and then you'll have others that don't even want to talk about it.
A February audit revealing the Department of Children and Family Services had no plan to track and protect these youth. Danielle Fitzgerald, the head of the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the department, says they think they've found a solution for tracking these children.
Why did it take until 2021 to create a system that would do that?
Yeah, again, our LGBTQI youth in care and families are very important. What I can speak to you on is where we're at right now and where we're going.
The answer? Unclear. Fitzgerald describing a set of questions about sexual orientation and gender identity as the potential game changer. However, there's still no timeline on when that idea will become reality.
We are fast tracking and want that to happen as quickly as we can, but it has to be thoughtful, mindful.
Sophia urging the department to work as quickly as possible. The safety of youth could depend on it.
Being in care makes you vulnerable, and then being a part of the LGBTQ community makes you vulnerable, and then being in care and LGBTQ makes you all the more vulnerable.
Once the department rolls out those questions, they have to have a way to store the answers. Fitzgerald says they're still working on that aspect as well. They're also planning a series of trainings for foster parents and DCFS staff, but Sophia says you can't always train tolerance. Reporting in studio, I'm Jordan Elder.
Thanks, Jordan. Now, lawmakers will have the chance to question DCFS about these failures at an audit hearing next week.